All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R moving, still moving. Um, the world's not crazy. We are. You know, we live in a world where no nobody speaks out, and stands up like they used to. Because the people who spoke up, spoke out, and stood up were either killed, jailed, beaten, some raped, their lives and livelihoods destroyed, so on and so forth. Claim to be a Christian nation. We treat good people like Jesus. This is no different than the Bible. Everybody, a lot of our good people in America were crucified. Maybe not on the cross, but they were crucified. And because of that, we are in this society. And actually we are perpetuating this society to get worse because a lot of us don't speak up, speak out, or stand up for anything. We talk about crime and kids out of control. And a lot of that stuff falls on the fact that when you see something that shouldn't happen, nobody says, "Okay, I'm getting involved. I'm shutting this shit down," because people say, "Oh, I'm scared something might happen to me." And then on the flip side, people who step in and shut that shit down, they become the villain. Now, I'm gonna use this in the aspect of, I can do it in a lot of ways, but just my theory on parenting, custody, child support, all that shit. You notice how, and this is a principle, not necessarily, it's in principle. Mothers can get away with murder, fathers are held to high standards. Well, if a mother knows she can get away with murder, she can lie, manipulate, cheat, steal, do whatever she wants. She can get caught numerous times, but it's still under auspices of they're on her side. Fathers can't do that. Now, when you put a child in the care and custody of a person who can lie, cheat, manipulate, steal, and you give them a pat on the back for it, they're going to in turn teach their kids to do that. And ultimately, I know that's kind of partially what the system wants, to get reckless ass children that can go to jail. You know? But when a parent gets away with it and passes it down to a child, it gets worse. So just because a judge could rule in the favor of all these women, some were good parents, some were not. But all of the bad parents that they rule in favor of, those kids are raised by bad parents. Those bad parents taught those kids bad things. Those bad things go out into the world and everybody else deals with them. And then they have kids and they've already been taught that all their negativity works because you sanction the mother to do it, who sanctioned the child to do it, and the child grew up to be a parent to do it. And it's already cleared because a lot of people have let this slide. Now the principle is, if you never check bad behavior, it gets worse. So while we point the finger at this person and that person and this person, we got to know exactly who to point at, right? A lot of times we need to point at the people who call in the police. A lot of times we need to point the finger at the people who said nothing when a crime was being committed, but said everything when action was being taken against it. A lot of times we need to point the finger at the people who turn a blind eye, because our cowardly nation has become the devil's playground. Now, this nation has been cowardly since its inception, so it's nothing new. It's really nothing new. But it gets worse. But the thing about it is, Nobody sees it until it hits their doorstep. And we are a country that's just knocking on the devil's door every fucking day. And then when that door opens and you get answered, you calling for Jesus. Calling for God. You've been knocking on the devil's doorstep all fucking year. God ain't got nothing to do with that. So ultimately I'm saying this because our principles are all fucked up. Our morals are all fucked up. What do you expect? We've been sanctioning, giving people pats on the back for, enabling people to do reckless, evil, manipulative, devilish shit. So it breeds more of that. And when people push back against that, it's funny because this is how I know things are fucked up. When somebody does something evil and somebody push back against it, you got a bunch of people. Like, if I caught somebody breaking into my car and I beat the shit out of them, everybody who saw my car getting broken into wouldn't say a damn thing. But when I start beating the shit out of the person who broke into my car, oh, it's time to call the police. I'm out of line. I'm dead wrong. Matter of fact, and by assumption, I'm the big black man. So if the police come, I'm the carjacker, the car thief, and the assaulting person. And if I get shot, killed, or arrested in that situation, all the people who didn't say anything when my car was getting stolen are gonna walk away. And maybe, just maybe, I could find one person who said, hey, it wasn't him. It was him. But normally, that's not how it works. I'm black. That's not how it works. But I'm using all these things as examples to say, one day, because we get into that day, people scared to go outside. People scared to go to the mall. People scared to go to the movies. People scared to go to work. People scared to go to the doctor. Why? Because we've been enabling all this ignorant shit for so long that there's no way you feel safe. You reap what you sow.